Bella promised herself that she would not jump into the same shithole a second time. At this time, she received messages from the Thompson family secret bureau. Asha, Bella, all the defaming news about you was taken down yesterday. The social media accounts that spread rumors about you were also suspended. Asha, Justin did all that. Bella, oh, I guess I should thank him. Drew, he's naive if he thinks that deleting those posts will solve everything. Declan, Salvador Corporation's stock price only fluctuated slightly at the market opening this morning. What a pity. Axel, Bella, we still have to take revenge on the Gold family even if we can't do anything for the time being. Bella, of course, I'll take my time. Bella called the internal landline. Steve, come in. Steven came in quickly. Any orders, Ems? Bella, did you compile all the documents and evidence I asked you to prepare? Bella put her hands on the ads by Pub Future armrests and turned around in her leather chair. It's ready. We can hand it over to the authorities at any time. No, there's no rush yet. Bella crossed her legs. Her fair skin glowed in the sun. First, find a few media outlets that are closely related to KS Group, like Hatch Bay News. Then release this news as it is to capture the public's attention. Bringing the media in will make things very troublesome. Wouldn't it be better to just catch the golds by surprise? Steven expressed doubts. I always like a sense of ritual. I won't kill my prey in one quick move. Instead, I want to hold it down and bleed it out slowly. Bella gently touched the jade bracelet that Nigel gave her and looked at it. Her gaze was cold and cruel. After this incident was exposed, the Golds would encounter difficulties. Zeke and his father had no power to talk to her, so Rosalind would have to beg Justin to help her. Bella said to herself, Justin, I can't wait to see how concerned you'll be about your fiancé. Asterisk. That night, when internet traffic was at its peak, this news was exposed. Within an hour, it became a big hit. KS Group terminated all cooperation with Gold Corporation due to serious quality issues. Shoddy goods. Cutting corners. The quality of Gold Corporation's subsidiary, Alia Furniture, is worrying. Due to the sudden incident, Zeke and his father were completely unprepared. In addition, their public relations department was unprofessional, so they had no way to control the public's opinion, nor could. Ads by Pub Future. They delete the negative comments. Gold Corporation. Isn't that Justin Salvador's fiancé's family? It's unsightly for something like this to happen before their wedding. I thought his fiancée was from a wealthy family. It turns out that her family only sells poor quality furniture. Although I don't want to judge a person based on their family, this is quite low level. OMG, I have to return the furniture that I just ordered from Alia Furniture tomorrow. What a rip-off. In the study, Justin heard Ian's report about the Gold family's encounter. He just felt like his head was about to explode. The Thompsons are the richest family in Hatch Bay. They are leading in almost all the industries they are involved in. If they take the lead in boycotting Gold Corporation, no one else will dare to go against them. Ian curled his lips. He did not have any sympathy for the Golds, so he watched the excitement and mocked them. It's a good thing that Gold Corporation isn't a listed company. Otherwise, their stocks would plummet when the market opens tomorrow morning. Your father-in-law has high blood pressure, so I'm afraid he may faint when he sees this news. Justin raised his eyes and shot a cold look at Ian. Ian was so frightened that he dared not speak again. There is no evidence to support this news. It may just be groundless. Justin took a deep breath. His eyes darkened as he added, how did this quality issue arise? I heard that KS World Hotel in Sevro has a new boss. She took the lead in cancelling the cooperation with Gold Corporation. Within a week, all of the hotels under KS Group followed suit and replaced all of Alia Furniture's products. How is it possible that a mere general manager of a hotel has so much power? Because she is the daughter of Wyatt Thompson. Bella Thompson. Bella Thompson. Justin's eyes darkened. Although he had never heard of this name before, it gave him an inexplicable sense of familiarity. Bella Thompson, I feel like I've heard this name somewhere before. Justin rubbed his temples and murmured to himself. I did an in-depth investigation about Ems Thompson, Ian reported. Justin's eyes lit up as he thought, finally. This useless secretary is one step ahead of me. Tell me the result. I couldn't find anything about her. Ian slumped his shoulders and spread his hands helplessly. Ian, I think you should go to the Human Resources Department to settle your salary tomorrow. Justin's eyes were cold. Mr. Salvador, calm down. It's not that I don't want to investigate her. It's just that Thompson's information is like a top secret file. I really can't do anything about that. Ian's face turned pale from fright, and he wiped his sweat with trembling hands. Don't you think it's strange? All I could find out about Thompson is that she's the only daughter of Wyatt Thompson's first wife. But no information about her can be found online. I've also searched on social media but couldn't find anything. Is she a legend? Do you have a photo of her? Show it to me. Ah, yes, it took a lot of effort to find it. Ads by Pub Future. Ian took out his phone, pulled up the photo, and placed it in front of Justin. Justin took a closer look and became infuriated. Ian Harris, do you have a death wish? The old photo on the screen was blurry. Not to mention, the girl that Wyatt was carrying was only a toddler. How could they see anything from this photo? Mr. Salvador, calm down. This is the only photo of Thompson that I could find on the entire internet. It was taken 20 years ago, at the funeral of Wyatt Thompson's first wife. Ian was apprehensive. Being Justin's secretary was stressful. 20 years ago, that meant Bella Thompson was about 24 or 25 years old this year. She was similar in age to Anna Brown. Justin stared at the photo for a moment. The more he looked at it, the more he frowned. Why did this girl's features resemble Anna Brown's? Damn it. After signing the divorce papers, Justin felt like he had been thinking about his ex-wife more frequently. What was going on? Ads by Pub Future. At this time, a maid came over and knocked on the door. Young Master Justin, the chairman wants to see you. In the living room, Shannon was leaning on Gregory's shoulder, sobbing quietly. She was already in her 40s, but she still acted like a baby in front of her husband. Greg, my sister is really pitiful. She married into the Gold family and did her duty to raise Zeke and Rosalind. She only lived a carefree life for a few years before getting into this situation. She called me last night, and her voice was hoarse from crying. She said she was too embarrassed to visit me because she didn't want to embarrass our family. How is this embarrassing? We are a family, so tell them to stop being strangers. Gregory put his hand on Shannon's shoulder and gently soothed her. His voice was gentle as he said, "We'll find a solution when Justin comes over." Over the years, Shannon relied on her nice figure to drive away Justin's mother and successfully married Gregory, becoming the matron of the Salvador family. Gregory was so fond of Shannon that he could not stop lusting after her. "Dad, were you looking for me?" Justin came over. His eyes were cold and unwavering. "Justin, you must save Rose's family." Shannon wiped her tears gracefully with a silk handkerchief and said between choked sobs, "Rose and her father have health problems." Rose fell ill and couldn't eat anything when she heard this news. "If you love her and feel sorry for her, you must find a way to save her family." "Justin, have you found out what happened?" Gregory asked with a frown as he comforted his wife. "I found out. The person who exposed this news is the newly appointed general manager of KS World Hotel, Bella Thompson." Justin lowered his eyelids, deliberately avoiding the loving couple in front of him. In his memory, Gregory had never shown such tenderness to his mother or to him. Perhaps Gregory had already forgotten what Justin's mother looked like. "The Thompson family from Hatch Bay." Shannon covered her mouth and explained, "That's the richest family in Hatch Bay. How could my sister's family offend them? We have never had any interactions with the Thompson family because our forefathers had a deep grudge against each other. Wyatt Thompson's great-grandmother swore an oath that no one in the Thompson family could ever marry a Salvador. Anyone who disobeys this will be disowned by the Thompson family and will not be allowed to inherit anything." Justin did not care about this because the person he wanted to marry was Rosalind, not Bella Thompson. However, after hearing what his father said, he felt a slight chill in his heart. OMG, the Thompsons must be targeting Gold Corporation so that they can indirectly target us, especially since Rose will be marrying Justin soon. They are so petty. Shannon angrily clenched the silk handkerchief in her hand. Ads by Pub Future. "Justin, You should see Ms. Thompson tomorrow and find a way to stop her from attacking the goals. This isn't just their problem now. It'll also affect our family's reputation. Gregory's tone was extremely stern. Oh, Greg, don't be so stern with Justin. He has always been an obedient child. Shannon massaged her husband's shoulder and spoke in a soft voice. I'm only saving the Gold family for Rose's sake. It has nothing to do with anyone else, Aunt Shannon. Justin's charming eyes were deep and cold. After saying that, he turned around and left. Shannon turned pale with anger. She was the wife of Salvador Corporation's chairman, but Justin still called her Aunt Shannon. What an insult. Stop. Why are you still calling her Aunt Shannon? Shannon is know your manners. Gregory stood up and yelled. My wife and your mother. Don't you? Justin stopped, but he did not turn around. You can have several wives, but I will only have one mother. So don't make things difficult for me. Asher went to Severo to see Bella that night. During dinner, they talked about Michael Gordon and the Gold family. Dad already knows your strategy, and he didn't object. He only said we shouldn't let them get away with it if what happened was true and the evidence was conclusive. Asher helped his sister cut up her steak. Ads by Pub Future. Wyatt is such a scumbag when it comes to women, but he's very capable in other aspects. Bella ate a piece of medium rare steak and squinted her clear eyes while chewing. That's why our 3 stepmothers are so devoted to him. Apart from being a playboy, Dad is a good person. He hasn't mistreated any of his wives. Right. No one will ever know the woes of the dead anyway, since stories are only told by those who are alive. Bella lowered her eyelashes and stabbed her fork into the steak. Asher stared at his sister's eyes, which were gradually turning red. He stroked the top of her head and said, I know that you no longer hate our stepmothers. You just can't let go of the past, and you still feel that it's unfair for our mother. But Bella, have you ever thought that maybe Mom would have stopped blaming Dad a long time ago? How can I not resent him? I'm sure his wives are just putting up with him. No woman will be able to share her husband with other women. Bella's breath hitched. She was the same. Even though she knew that Justin had a childhood sweetheart, she still fell head over heels in love with him and devoted her heart and soul to that man. In the end, she was ruthlessly abandoned. Wyatt was a womanizer, but he took care of all his women well. But Justin ignored her for the past 3 years. Moreover, he stabbed her in the heart again and again. She was so blind to have loved this heartless man for 13 years. Justin has been quiet these 2 days. He hasn't called me. Asher took a sip of red wine. Oh, that's because he's busy cleaning up the mess of his sweetheart's family. How would he have time for me? Bella shook the wine glass leisurely. Her bright eyes were oppressive. Anna Brown is too weak. Now, it's time for him to meet Bella Thompson. The next morning, Justin dressed impeccably in a suit and leather shoes. He looked dignified and elegant as he went to the KS World Hotel in his best condition. As soon as he entered the hall, he felt both physically and mentally relaxed. Justin had been there once last year, and he, being a direct and demanding person, had complained about its standards. He had once thought that the hotel had poor management and had nothing to shout about. However, stepping foot into the hotel again, Justin could feel its changes. The hotel was completely revamped and exuded the high standards of a first-class hotel. It seemed that Bella Thompson had excellent management skills. She was an opponent that he should not underestimate. This is Mr. Justin Salvador, the CEO of Salvador Corporation. He wants to meet Ms. Thompson. Please pass on the message to your general manager. After several inquiries, Ian finally found Bella's administrative secretary and expressed the intention of their visit. I'm sorry, you can't see Ms. Thompson unless you have an appointment. The administrative secretary politely rejected them. Mr. Salvador is the CEO of Salvador Corporation. Does he even need to make an appointment? Ian frowned. Why not? You. Ian was so angry that his face turned red. He really wanted to file a complaint against this secretary. If I make an appointment now, when can I see Ms. Thompson? Justin stepped forward and asked. Ads by Pub Future. With a gloomy expression. Ms. Thompson is very busy, so I can't say for sure. Why don't you come again tomorrow? You. Ian felt that he was about to lose his temper. It's alright, Ian. Let's make an appointment first. Justin pulled Ian away. His eyes were dark and stern. After all, it was not classy to lose one's temper in public, and it would not solve any problems. When they got back to the car, Ian was so angry that he clenched his teeth and pounded the car window. That's too much. This is Severo, not Hatch Bay. Is Bella Thompson not afraid that she would offend you with her lofty attitude? You can make her life difficult here in Severo. Let's come again tomorrow. Justin furrowed his brows, closed his eyes, and tilted his head back. His chiseled jaw and lean neck formed a seductive arc. Did you hear what that guy said just now? I guess we won't get to meet her tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the day after tomorrow. Anyway, I have to see Bella Thompson. Justin loosened his tie and felt a tightness in his chest. The Golds can't wait any longer. If we continue to wait, they may go bankrupt. The next day, Justin went to the hotel early, but Bella refused to meet them. Ads by Pub Future. The third day was the same. Justin was a business tycoon and one of the top 10 outstanding young people in the country. He had traveled abroad with the Prime Minister and had even received the highest level of courtesy from foreign countries. He was also an influential and authoritative figure in the country. However, Bella Thompson did not treat him with respect. How frustrating. It was a rainy day. Bella went to work in a good mood. She wore her ultra-high heels and a well-tailored double-breasted black skirt suit that made her look like a queen. She paired it with rose-shaped gold earrings, which completed the whole outfit. Oh my god, our boss is so beautiful and sassy. I'm totally in love with her. Since Ms. Thompson came here, the female employees have been waiting to see her outfit every day, while the male employees have been waiting to see her angelic face to purify their souls and give them the energy to work. I'm pretty sure she's the most beautiful elite woman of her age. Since Michael Gordon left, every employee at the hotel has been happy to follow Bella's orders. No department dared to slack off, and everyone strived for perfection in their work. The hotel went from lifeless to thriving, and it only took Bella less than half a month to achieve this. Before fighting against the outside world, one must first deal with the internal mess. Salvador Corporation has secretly injected a large sum of capital into Gold Corporation, which has suffered heavy losses due to the cancellation of most orders as a result of the news. This investment kept Gold Corporation afloat. On the other end of the phone, Asher reported the latest situation to Bella. I guess this would happen. Justin will definitely help his fiancée's family. He's so deeply in love with her that he doesn't care that she cheated on him and even cleaned up her family's mess. He really is a fool. Bella sneered, kicked off her high heels, and rubbed her sore ankles. But losing one's reputation isn't a problem that can be solved by money. Justin injecting capital into Gold Corporation is no different from giving money to a dead person. Nothing will come of it, and the results won't change. Justin is a business whiz just like you. I'm sure he understands that, but at the moment, there is no better way besides stabilizing the situation with money. Asher chuckled. Sometimes, I think that if you two actually love each other and end up married, the whole world will belong to you. There's nothing the two of you can't manage. We're not destined to be husband and wife. We're too incompatible. Bella took out a piece of chocolate from the drawer and put it in her mouth. There was a cold glint in her eyes. Just after Bella ended the call with her eldest brother, Stephen hurried in with an impatient look on his face. Ms. Bella. Justin Salvador came again. He's so shameless. It's a pity he didn't start a career selling insurance. His tenacity for helping his beloved fiancée is truly admirable. Bella did not even raise her eyes. She was just busy signing some documents. However, Stephen could hear a hint of jealousy and bitterness in her words. He was not sure if he had imagined it. Ms. Bella, I will personally go downstairs and drive him away. No, invite him up. Bella closed the cap of her pen and raised her eyebrows. What? Stephen was very surprised. He's so persistent and came 3 times just to see me. I ought to show him some respect. Bella leaned forward and stretched out her cute little feet. Stephen hurriedly walked over, got down on one knee, and helped her put on her high heels. Go to the restaurant downstairs and find me a girl with a pretty face and an articulate voice. I have ads by Pub Future. Something planned. 10 minutes later, Stephen led a waitress who met Bella's criteria to the office. Hello, Ms. Thompson. The waiter bowed deeply to the boss and was too frightened to breathe. Don't be nervous. I have a small task for you, and I will reward you when it is completed. Bella smiled slightly. I don't need any reward. I'm just happy to be of use to you, Ms. Thompson. The waitress's face turned red. I really like you. You're my idol. It turned out that she was Bella's fangirl. Bella smiled at her and nodded approvingly. She has a similar figure to me. Steve, prepare a set of my clothes and shoes for her. Huh, okay. Stephen left in confusion. Ms. Thompson, what do you want me to do for you? The waitress asked diligently. Bella's red lips curled up slyly. Justin Salvador, the CEO of Salvador Corporation, will come over to meet with me soon. I'm not in the mood to meet him, so you can meet him on my behalf. When the waitress heard this, she was so scared that her legs went numb. Don't be scared. I will monitor the situation in this office, and you'll be wearing a Bluetooth headset. So you just need to repeat whatever I say. Remember to act naturally. Ads by Pub Future. After 3 visits to KS World Hotel, Justin finally got the chance to meet Bella Thompson. Although his stern face remained calm, his heart was trembling. The administrative secretary led them to the elevator. Along the way, Justin's outstanding looks attracted the attention of the female employees. They arrived at the elevators. Just as Ian was about to press the button, he was stopped by the administrative secretary. This elevator is exclusively for Ms. Thompson. You two can only take the common elevators. TSK. What's the big deal? Ian could not help but roll his eyes. Justin did not mind this. After all, he also had his own exclusive elevator at Salvador Corporation. The elevator slowly ascended the 40-story building. However, it stopped on the 30th floor. The administrative secretary said, "Please get off the elevator. We're not there yet." Isn't Ms. Thompson's office on the 40th floor? Ian asked in surprise. Yes, but this elevator only goes to the 30th floor. What do you mean? Justin frowned. Aside from the general manager's exclusive elevator, the other 5 elevators can only go up to the 30th floor. No one can take the exclusive elevator without Ms. Thompson's permission. So if you two want to go to the 40th floor, there is only one way to do so: take the stairs. Ian was furious. Is this how Ms. Thompson treats her guests? It's too much. I am only conveying the message. If you don't want to take the stairs, I'll send you back down. The administrative secretary was like an emotionless robot. Forget it. Let's take the stairs. Justin pursed his thin lips tightly, suppressed his anger, and walked out of the elevator without hesitation. Did Bella think that he would give up by making things difficult for him? What she did not know was that Justin would never give up. Mr. Salvador, I can't do it anymore. Ian panted as they climbed the stairs. The hotel had high ceilings, so each floor had more steps than usual. By the time they climbed to the 8th floor, Ian was already out of breath. His legs were trembling, and he was about to give up. A man shouldn't give up so easily. There are only 2 floors left. Hurry up. Justin urged Ian as he climbed the stairs without changing his expression. Justin was 30 years old. He was 2 years older than Ian, but he served as a soldier in the peacekeeping force when he was younger. After he retired from the army, he regularly exercised and did martial arts, so his level of physical fitness was much higher than that of ordinary people. He could still climb another 20 floors if needed, because back when he was in the army, he would have to run at least 30 laps during their night run. Finally, they arrived at the 40th floor. Ian sat on the steps and panted heavily, while Justin stared at him coldly and shook his head. Mr. Salvador, nice to meet you. Justin turned around when he heard the voice. He saw a man walking over with a polite smile on his face. He was handsome and clean-cut. He had what many women would describe as a puppy dog face, and it was hard to tell his real age. I am Ms. Thompson's secretary, Stephen Lovett. Ms. Thompson has been waiting for you for a long time. Please come with me. Was she complaining that we were slow? Justin was annoyed, but he had nowhere to vent his anger. His face darkened a bit. Well, my feet certainly aren't as fast as an elevator. I hope Ms. Thompson doesn't mind. Stephen did not say a word. He just turned around and walked forward, ignoring them. Ads by Pub Future. What's with that attitude? Ian recovered his breath and could not stand being treated like that. He wanted to find fault with Steven, but Justin stopped him. Wait for me here. Justin followed Steven to the door of the general manager's office. He took a deep breath. For some reason, Justin was nervous when he finally got to meet the elusive Bella Thompson, even though he was usually unfazed by most situations. After Steven knocked on the door, Justin heard a female voice saying, "Come in." Steven opened the door and gestured for Justin to go inside. Justin felt his throat move slightly. He straightened his back and walked into the office. At this moment, Bella was eating chocolate in front of the computer screen in the next room, watching with interest as everything played out. A young woman with a clean and flawless face sat behind the desk. She was exquisitely dressed, and her long hair was let loose. She looked like a decent woman. Was she the Bella Thompson who made things difficult for him in every possible way? Justin could not help but feel a little disappointed. Somehow, the Bella Thompson he had imagined was not like that. The woman in front of him lacked the arrogance, authority, and poise of a pampered heiress. Ads by Pub Future. Mr. Salvador, you must be exhausted. Please, have a seat. Bella used a Bluetooth headset to give instructions to her puppet, who conveyed the message, albeit not as naturally or calmly as she would have done. Justin sat on the sofa and looked around casually. This office was elegantly decorated, with a black piano placed in the corner. A natural marble coffee table with a stylish design and a luxurious vintage leather sofa were the unique pieces of furniture in the room. But what attracted Justin's attention the most was the framed quote hanging behind Bella. "Hide your strength and bide your time." Nice calligraphy. Justin sighed. Bella stopped chewing on her chocolate when she heard this, and her heart trembled. In her memory, this was the first time Justin praised her. During the 3 years she was married to him, she took care of all aspects of his daily life. But no matter how hard she tried, she did not gain any appreciation from this man. Unexpectedly, he complimented her this time. It was a pity that she did not care for it anymore. "Mr. Salvador, do you like it?" Bella asked with a fake smile. Yeah, Justin was a man of few words, even when praising someone. "If you like it, you can take it with you when you leave. Just think of it as a gift for our first meeting." "No need. I just think that calligraphy is very elegant and artistic. It's not polite for me to take such an art piece from you." Justin refused indifferently. Bella laughed out loud, so her puppet could only laugh along. Justin furrowed his eyebrows. "Thanks for the compliment, Mr. Salvador. But you don't have to be shy. I can write hundreds of such calligraphy pieces a day, so taking one from me is not a big deal." Bella smiled mockingly, and Justin's face stiffened. He clenched his fists tightly. "Mr. Salvador, I know that you didn't come all the way here to admire my calligraphy. Let's get straight to the point." Bella did not want to beat around the bush and spoke straightforwardly. "To be honest, I am here regarding what happened with Gold Corporation. I hope that you can stop suppressing them, Ms. Thompson. We can negotiate the conditions for that." Justin's voice was deep, and his eyes were oppressive. "After all, I am sure that you'll benefit more from working with Salvador Corporation in the future, especially in Severo." "Mr. Salvador, do you think I am suppressing them?" Bella laughed out loud. "I only made a small complaint to expose profiteers so that other industry players won't fall for the same trap as my hotel did. We bought junk products and couldn't even get justice. No one can guarantee perfect quality because there will always be errors in the production process. Many car brands still have cases of mass recalls due to product defects." Justin was still defending the goals. "Ms. Thompson, you can contact the manufacturer to return or exchange your defective products. There is no need to spread that kind of news to smear Gold Corporation's image. If you use KS Group's power to suppress and bankrupt Ads by Pub Future, a medium-sized enterprise, no one in Severo will dare cooperate with KS Group in the future." Bella's charming eyes narrowed as she crushed the chocolate in her hand. Justin was insinuating that if she did not let Gold Corporation off the hook this time, Salvador Corporation would hinder KS Group's future development in Severo. Bella thought, what a jerk. How dare he threaten me? Does he think that I'll be scared? I'm really touched by the way you stand up for your fiancé, Mr. Salvador. But I never like to mix work and personal feelings. Mr. Salvador, I know that you have humbled yourself to be here today for the sake of your lover. But there is no way I can let Gold Corporation get away with this, regardless of your threats or pitiful love story. Justin was infuriated, but he had no way to refute this. He would never volunteer to clean up this kind of mess. What he was doing now was purely for Rosalind's sake. Bella looked at the man's stiff and cold face on the screen and felt delighted. Well, it seems that we have nothing else to talk about. Now that I know your stance, Ms. Thompson, I hope that you'll forgive me if I ever offend you in any way when we meet again as business rivals. Justin stood up proudly. Even if he did not get his way, he would not admit defeat. His back was still as straight and unyielding as a soldier's. Just when he turned around to leave, he heard a voice from behind. Ms. Thompson, I am sorry. I was blinded by the benefits and made the wrong decision. Please spare me. If this gets out, I won't be able to find a job again in Severo. Alia Furniture approached me first, saying that they would make me a fortune. Mr. Gold came up with this idea. I thought that all mattresses were pretty much the same, so I ads by Pub Future. Didn't think much about it and fell for his tricks. Justin looked back in astonishment. His mind was scrambled, and his ears were pounding. After Bella played the recording, she elegantly raised her beautiful legs and watched as the man's face turned from white to red. It was entertaining to watch. KS Group is more than willing to help outstanding small and medium-sized enterprises develop further. But if a profiteer affects the interests of KS Group, then I will weed them out. Bella curled her red lips and smiled smugly. Mr. Salvador, I've taken note of what you said. There's no need for us to continue this talk. See you again on the battlefield. Justin walked out of the office in a daze. Every single nerve in his body was quivering, and he felt frozen. Mr. Salvador, how did it go? Did that woman make things difficult for you? Did she agree to your request? Mr. Salvador. Ian hurriedly came up to ask questions, but he suddenly noticed that Justin's expression was off. I'm fine. Let's talk later. Justin's steps were sluggish as he walked forward. His head began to hurt again, and Bella's words kept replaying in his mind. He thought that the recording was a joke. Justin originally thought that the Gold family was innocent and that the Thompsons only targeted the Golds as an indirect attack against the Salvadors. As a result, he turned out to be an ignorant accomplice. Justin loosened his Windsor knot tie, but his breathing did not ease at all. Suddenly, he heard the familiar click of high heels behind him. The footsteps were sharp, steady, and graceful. Was it Anna Brown? Justin's heart clenched as he turned around abruptly, but the corridor was empty. Bella returned to the office. The waitress who was her puppet earlier stood up in a hurry and walked over, legs still shaking. I was scared to death. Mr. Salvador is so handsome. He also has such an intense charm that my face turned red when I saw him. Did I screw up, Ms. Thompson? No, you did a great job. Bella handed her an envelope. Here, you deserve this. Thank you, Ms. Thompson. The waitress took it and felt a thick wad of cash inside. At this time, Stephen handed her a confidentiality agreement. I know you are an honest lady, but for both parties' sake, it's safer to sign an agreement. Bella smiled lightly. Please don't reveal anything about what happened here today. If a third party knows the content of my conversation with Mr. Salvador today, I will take it as your breach of contract and pursue legal responsibility. The waitress nodded in panic, signed the agreement, and repeatedly promised to keep it a secret before she left the office. Isn't Justin Salvador supposedly ruthless? I think he's just a fool in love. Don't you think so, Ms. Ads by Pub Future. Bella. When she heard Stephen calling her, Bella came back to her senses and laughed dryly. Yeah, Mr. Salvador really loves Ms. Gold. He doesn't mind compromising his dignity for his fiancée. I heard that Mr. Salvador used to be married, and he mistreated his ex-wife. Ms. Gold picked up the baton and reaped the benefits of what his ex-wife sowed. Closing curly bracket, closing curly bracket. Bella slammed her palm on the table and shot Stephen a cold look. Stephen trembled in fear, but he did not know what he said that made Bella so angry. Bella, now that you and Justin Salvador are at odds, what are you going to do next? Stephen quickly changed the subject. We'll wait. What are we waiting for? When the Golds can no longer withstand the pressure and send Zeke to come forward to clarify their product's quality issues, they will definitely try to clear their name. When the time comes, we'll deliver a fatal blow. Bella sneered. Will Justin help them again? No, he won't. Ads by Pub Future. Bella raised her eyes and looked at the calligraphy piece that Justin complimented. He was kept in the dark and didn't see the Gold's true colors before. So he was taken advantage of. Now that he knows the truth, he won't help the Golds again. He only loves Rosalind, and he never cares about others. This time, he only helped because he was afraid that the Golds' situation would indirectly affect his company. He's good at weighing the pros and cons. Justin repeatedly came over to look for Bella and climbed 10 floors for Rosalind's sake. However, he refused to even pour Anna Brown a glass of water. Justin, my stomach hurts. Will you please pour me a glass of water? I have something urgent to attend to. Get Wilmer to help you. Bella burst out laughing. Her misty eyes turned red. Justin, you and Rosalind are meant to be together. You two are equally vile. When Justin arrived at the hotel, it was rainy. When he was leaving, it thundered. Justin was in a similar mood at the moment. The atmosphere in the car felt as depressing as a funeral. Justin rubbed his temples as he felt pinpricks on his head. Mr. Salvador, what is Thompson like? Why are you in such a bad mood after seeing her? Ian was puzzled. You've never met anyone you couldn't handle, and you've always been able to deal with them calmly. But this time, Justin recalled Bella's childhood picture and had a strange feeling in his heart. The girl in the photo bore no resemblance to the Bella Thompson that they saw just now. Of course, it was possible that puberty changed her drastically. I want you to thoroughly investigate the cause of this conflict between the Golds and the Thompsons, as well as the recent movements of Zeke and his father. Report it to me as soon as possible. Justin returned to Salvador Corporation and conducted back-to-back meetings. He had also approved a mountain of documents. Finally, he leaned back in his chair tiredly and took a deep breath. He thought that his relationship with Rosalind would be smooth sailing after Anna left because his wandering heart had finally found its place. The fact was that Justin did not feel any joy in regaining his freedom to pursue his own law. On the contrary, he felt like he was unable to live up to the expectations he had regarding his relationship with Rosalind. There was a knock on the door, to which Justin answered. Ian hurriedly walked in with a document. Mr. Salvador, I've investigated the situation. KS World Hotel cancelled orders with Alia Furniture 9 days ago and terminated cooperation with Gold Corporation. But at that time, KS Group did not disclose Alia Furniture's quality problems to the media. The outside world was mostly just speculating what happened. Immediately afterward, Rosalind exposed her marital news with Justin and defamed Anna Brown. That was when KS Group exposed Alia Furniture's quality problems, causing an uproar. Justin clenched his teeth. He took out a painkiller with shaking hands and swallowed it to suppress his headache. I heard that a vice president of the hotel, Michael Gordon, took a lot of kickbacks from Gold Corporation before Thompson took office. When Thompson found out that the hotel was using defective mattresses instead of genuine ones, she fired him. Michael Gordon had been working for KS World Hotel for more than 20 years, and he was promoted by Mr. Wyatt Thompson. Thompson is so bold. She's simply the female version of you, Mr. Salvador. Although Ian was still annoyed that he had to climb 10 flights of stairs, he could not help but praise Bella. I have a feeling that these series of events are connected. Justin rubbed his temples. He suddenly thought of something. The high heels clicking in the corridor yesterday were the sound of Anna Brown's footsteps. Justin, don't take any more painkillers. If you have a headache, I'll help you relieve it with a massage or acupuncture. Justin, my heart aches when your head hurts, so I want to cure you. That way, both of us won't be in pain. Ads by Pub Future. Anna's gentle words lingered in his ears. In a daze, he felt a pair of hands reach out from behind him, gently pressing his temples and massaging his head. Damn it, he thought about that woman again. He even had hallucinations. Did he start to miss the affection, which he had neglected back then, after their divorce? He refused to be a scumbag like that. As night fell, Justin's Rolls-Royce drove down the wet road. Salvador Corporation was not far from the KS World Hotel. Justin had always been envious of the land occupied by KS Group, which was now valued at nearly $10 billion. If KS World Hotel had not been stripped of one star due to poor management, it would have been the only six-star hotel in Severo. Bella Thompson's appearance seemed to turn the tide for KS World Hotel, bringing the hotel back on track. At this time, the traffic lights turned red. Justin wiped off the condensation on the car window and turned to look outside. He saw a woman holding an umbrella and hailing a taxi by the roadside. Justin's eyes froze. He suddenly realized something. His heart was beating rapidly as he opened the car door and ran toward the other side of the road in the rain. Mr. Salvador, where are you going? Ian was shocked. Ever since Justin divorced Anna, he had been unpredictable and temperamental, so Lan was puzzled. The woman stopped a taxi and reached for the door handle when a strong hand grabbed her arm. She raised her head in surprise. Then her face turned pale, and her whole body froze. Mr. Salvador Ems Thompson. Justin's bangs were wet, covering his sullen eyes. Do you want me to give you a ride? Ads by Pub Future. The woman screamed in fright, shook off the man's hand, and got into the taxi, which sped off. Mr. Salvador. Ian chased after Justin and held an umbrella for him. Justin pushed him away. His thin lips were trembling, and he was exhaling heavily in the heavy rain. Bella Thompson, you liar. As night fell, Justin's Rolls-Royce drove down the wet road. Salvador Corporation was not far from the KS World Hotel. Justin had always been envious of the land occupied by KS Group, which was now valued at nearly $10 billion. If KS World Hotel had not been stripped of one star due to poor management, it would have been the only six-star hotel in Severo. Bella Thompson's appearance seemed to turn the tide for KS World Hotel, bringing the hotel back on track. At this time, the traffic lights turned red. Justin wiped off the condensation on the car window and turned to look outside. He saw a woman holding an umbrella and hailing a taxi by the roadside. Justin's eyes froze. He suddenly realized something. His heart was beating rapidly as he opened the car door and ran toward the other side of the road in the rain. Mr. Salvador, where are you going? Ian was shocked. Ever since Justin divorced Anna, he had been unpredictable and temperamental, so Ian was puzzled. The woman stopped a taxi and reached for the door handle when a strong hand grabbed her arm. She raised her head in surprise. Then her face turned pale, and her whole body froze. Mr. Salvador Ems Thompson. Justin's bangs were wet, covering his sullen eyes. Do you want me to give you a ride? The woman screamed in fright, shook off the man's hand, and got into the taxi, which sped off. Mr. Salvador. Ian chased after Justin and held an umbrella for him. Justin pushed him away. His thin lips were trembling, and he was exhaling heavily in the heavy rain. Bella Thompson, you liar. When Justin returned to Tideview Manor, his whole body was drenched as if he had gone swimming in work attire. Wilma hurriedly came over with a towel to wipe him dry, but he slowly pushed the towel away and walked upstairs, full of anger. What's going on? Who offended him? Wilma asked Ian worriedly. If you're free, you should comfort Mr. Salvador later. He was strict. What? He's so smart. How can he fall for a scam? Have you called the police? Report it. Immediately. Wilma was frightened. Ian shook his head repeatedly. No. It's a complicated case. The police won't help. Mr. Salvador has just met his match. I told him to download an anti-fraud app a long time ago, but he just didn't want to listen to me. Now look, he's fallen for a scam. Ian smiled bitterly and thought, Mr. Salvador finally met someone he didn't know how to deal with. Justin would much rather be scammed. At least that way, his self-esteem would still be intact. Justin walked upstairs with a pale face. At first glance, he looked like a vampire. Young Master Justin Ems. Gold is here. The chairman wants you to meet her in the study. A maid came over and reported respectfully. Ads by Pub Future. Justin pressed his lips into a straight line and went to Gregory's study. Justin, you're finally back. When Rosalind saw Justin, she looked like she saw a savior and immediately ran over to hug him. Justin's face was pale, and he did not immediately respond to her hug like before. Seeing Rosalind tonight, Justin felt an inexplicable gloom in his heart. Justin, how did things go? Have you met Ems Thompson? Gregory asked seriously. Gregory was the chairman of Salvador Corporation and had plenty of things to do every day. Such a trivial matter should not be his concern. He just could not stand being pestered by Shannon every night, so he had to put pressure on Justin to get this matter solved. Justin will certainly protect Rose's family. After all, Justin loves Rose. If he comes forward to talk to Ems Thompson, they will probably let this slide. We're a big company. The Thompsons won't gain any benefits in Savro by offending us. Shannon held her husband's arm and huffed angrily. This was the same trick she used for more than 20 years. She always praised Justin excessively, raising everyone's expectations for him. That way, if anything went wrong, Gregory would resent Justin, deepening the grudge between this father and son pair. Dad, Aunt Shannon, let's stop helping Gold Corporation. Justin's dark and deep-set eyes were emotionless. What do you mean by this? Gregory frowned. From now on, I won't meddle in the Gold family's business again. After that, Justin turned around and walked out without looking back. Gregory, Shannon, and Rosalind were all left standing there, dumbfounded. Ads by Pub Future. Greg, is Justin joking? Shannon's smile gradually stiffened. She felt anxious. Gregory's face darkened, but he did not say anything. Justin returned to the bedroom in his soaked clothes. But he had no intention of changing or taking a shower. All he could think about was how he had been tricked by Bella Thompson. He thought, Bella Thompson, why didn't you see me in person? Are you shy? Or do you think that I am not worthy of your time? Justin, why? Why don't you want to help us? Rosalind chased after him and grabbed his arm with both hands. All of our orders have been cancelled. Our warehouses are overstocked, and we don't have money to pay the workers' wages. If this continues, we'll go bankrupt. All Rosalind could think about was how to save her family business, so she did not have time to care about putting up her usual demure facade. Justin said tiredly, it's getting late. I'll ask Ian to take you back. Justin, what happened to make you change your mind? Will you please tell me? Justin was exhausted after a long day, so he did not want to talk. Moreover, he did not know what to say. Should he tell her that her brother caused his own demise by being a profiteer? Suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. The box containing the suit that had been placed by his bedside table was gone. Justin shook off Rosalind's hand and searched around the bedroom. He shouted, looking sullen. Wilma. Yes, young master. Wilma hurried over. Where is the suit that I placed on the bedside table? Justin asked anxiously. I didn't touch it. You told me not to touch the things that the young madam gave you when cleaning your room.